Operations with Fractions virtual lab found in the online pre-algebra online module 3. And the objective of this lab is to use the virtual fraction maker to investigate ordering and equivalating fraction values. Equivalating means to make the fractions equivalent or to make them equal. The link in question today introduces us to something called PhET simulations. PhET is an acronym for Physics Education Technology. It's based out of the University of Colorado in Boulder. Underneath the link, you'll see a short sentence introducing introductory video and support information, which is available to you. When completing this lab, please do not forget to complete the pre-lab questions. And let me now turn your attention to the procedure and calculations. For this particular lab, the procedures and calculations are linked in one section, whereas in previous labs, the procedures was in one section and calculations were in another. You're asked to click on the link above, choose the Intro tab, and then we have the scenario for number 2. We have two people, Mrs. Hickson and Mr. Huey, each have apple pies that are the same size. Miss Hickson eats 3/8 of her apple pie, and Mr. Huey eats 4/7 of his. We want to build Miss Hickson's and Mr. Huey's pies in the simulation and sketch them below. So you can actually physically draw the fraction 3/8 and 4/7, or you can copy paste the picture from the simulation. So let me take you to the simulation page. So I click on the link, and this is what the opening page will look like for you, or should look like. And before we click the play button in the middle, let me just talk about here on the side. We have some different options, and this one option I want to focus on is the download button. If you're having connectivity issues, or you find yourself in a situation where you want to work on this lab, but you don't have access to the internet, you can actually download this and work on this lab on your device, and then you can upload the information and save the pictures that you need for a later date when you do have connectivity. Down here under Teaching Resources, scroll down to, let me go a little bit further. There we go. This is the introduction to the home page you're going to see. Just kind of talk you through the different menus. When I click on play, you'll see this menu across the top. That views the different fraction representations. In the middle, we have the manipulate the fractions. So you'll have different number of containers, and you can build your fractions. This, what looks like a tray here, is where you're going to drag your fraction pieces out of. We can